Hello my friend, it's Pat Sloan here for my Monday night version of my video called the Fireside Chat. I am really happy that you are here. It is Jolly Bar Monday. Every Monday we are working on doing a sampler from the Jolly Bar book, and it's Jolly Bar book number 3. So here's the book, which is conveniently shaped like the Jolly Bar. Did you notice that? It is the same shape. I think that's so cute. Okay, I digress already. So the pattern that we're doing this week from the book is called Paradox. So let me show you the Paradox. So this is the Paradox quilt. So there's, that's pretty cool. I like, it feels modern, but it wouldn't have to feel that modern depending on the fabrics that you used. So I think it's a pretty cool block, and it is another 9-inch block. So let me show you the worksheet that you're going to download. You're going to be downloading this worksheet, and that just tells you how many of these to make. So you're basically going to make 4 altogether with some slightly different colorations. So we're going to talk through that and see what my fabrics look like in it. And I'm using the Halloween fabric that has the kitty cats on it. And so here are my blocks. Let me just get myself out of my own way. So here's what we've done so far. I have an alternate layout. So here is the layout. And you can do more of these half square triangles from the cutoffs along the side. I just put that many in it. So I sewed this section up already, and that is from here. You know, from here's the big block and the house and the other block. And then these 2 pieces, I put the side borders on them. So the house looks really cute. It's floating. These are really neat, you know, with all the black on them. Okay, so this week it's a similar block, but we're going to do really different colorations, which makes it a lot of fun. So let's take a look at my fabric, because at this point, even though I still have quite a few pieces of fabric in this Jolly Bar left, I think I want to sort them a bit by color. So here are my 5-inch squares that I'll be using. So I have, let's just sort this by color. So there's these sort of purples that's in the line. Oops. And I consider this one, what color do you consider this one? When you look at this, what would you think it is? Would you put it with the purples like that? Or if you're sorting, would you put it with the black fabric? Neither, some of you are saying, right? Some of you are going, neither. It would go in my large floral section, but I'd like you to pick. Just purples or black. I am going to put it with black. And oftentimes, whatever the background of this floral is what I consider the color of that print. So that would be black. So I am going to get these. We have purples, blacks, we have a bunch of greens, some more blacks. Now this one has a lot of white background, and I don't know how many have that white background, so I'm just going to stick him like in the white section there so that he can have a white background friend if there are any. We'll see, these are like peach color, all of those. That's actually yellow. So it looks like there's one yellow piece. There's going to be one yellow piece and one white piece. Now here has a white background, so I would put that with the white with the green and moons, and then the white with the corn, candy corn on it. So then we have one lone yellow, which is kind of neat. I might use that this time. So now that I have all of these sorted, what I want to do is figure out for the pattern. So each of the patterns has red. Okay, this color-wise, there's a red, a brown, a navy. That's 1, 2, 3. Aqua, green, brown. 1, 2, 3. So they each have 3 fabrics, and then the background, which is that C. That means, so I'll leave this here. You can still see it while I'm talking. So that means I need 3 fabrics for each of those units. And if I'm going to do the yellow, that means I want something that has yellow in it. So maybe I would pair it with this guy, so that I would have, you know, maybe the point would be on here. So like this would be those would be folded on there like that. So when I do the sew and flip, right, that would be like this. And then this guy would have sew and flips, but of a different fabric. So if I did that, what other colors are in here? There's yellow. So do you think a green would look good with this? With a lighter green, like the, let me see if I can get you in just a little closer. So what if I did I didn't cut this yet because I don't know if I'm going to use it and what the other ones will require. So there's a green. Now does it, you know, it doesn't wash out too much, but I could also make it the polka dot green, like, whoop, what am I doing there? Okay, remember you have to trim these to whatever the pattern says. You know, these backgrounds are not trimmed yet, so you have to read your pattern in your book. So there's the polka dots. I'm thinking of polka dots. What do you think? Okay, so one of them will be these fabrics. So that will be one block, and I have to do 4. So I have to go through and create 4 sets of these in order to have all of the blocks. Now that is the one that had the coloration just a little bit different. That was made like this point here. So now we want to look at this one. So let's come back down here, because it is laid out slightly different. So if we did those, maybe then what I would do would be to take this orange, I mean this purple, and I want to do these. So on this one you have, oops. So on this one you have this horizontal line where the wide end meets. See here, the wide end is at the bottom here and at the bottom here. It's like 2 flying geese. This is like 2 flying geese, but they're opposite each other. And here they're going the same direction. Okay, so you see the difference in that? So for this one, if I wanted to put 2 back to back, you know, what kind of a thing do I want to put on the other side? Do I want to put a dark? Do I want to put a light? And they're going to be in the layout next to each other. So you're going to build, you know, one grouping together like this, and then you'll have the other grouping down here together. So I could do colors that are very similar. I could do the lights. So maybe I would do this polka dot, and then if I want to make now you see on one of these the sew and flip is a little bit darker color. So what if I made this plum checkerboard here and then made the black down here on the candy corn? So the black could go on the candy corn like this. So that would be one way to do it, and then like this would be covered up. So here you have these 2 pieces meeting. But if I wanted this to be maybe a little bit more zippy, let's see, I didn't really want to use candy corn and candy corn, but I could change out this orange for, what if we did these moons? What if we did the moons and then made that guy like that? So that would be, so there you would have like the purple here and a purple here, and that would be purple where my hand is. And then, so you would get this second block. And you're going to make 2 of this style and 2 of this style. So I think that that looks like the first 2. And so I will go and sew these up. So I have all of these units together now, and I thought we'd take a look at how we could lay them out, because you don't have to do it exactly like the pattern if you don't want to. And let me show you how. Because this is a sampler, it is not the actual quilt. So when you're making this quilt, in order to get that effect of, you're going to have to lay them out the way this is, otherwise, you know, you're doing a different layout. But because we are doing a sampler, you're either doing this one or the table runner or the big long like bed runner. I mean, we could switch things up again. So these units will go here and here. So what I did is down on here is I have, this is how it is set up on the pattern, which, okay, so we'll just look at this. The pattern's on the other side. I can't reach it. So it would have this sort of point to point So it's point to point matching, which is what this is. Point to point. You have these long edges, so it's a flying geese pointing this way and one pointing that way. The long edges matching, and then here flying geese pointing both the same way. So that gives the effect of the quilt. That's the layout of the quilt. But you could decide you wanted to do them like this. You could decide you wanted two of them to be, I would kind of call this like hourglass like. It feels like an hourglass, like the sand would go down from there to here. You could do them all going like a regular flying geese. So you could actually have one of them one way, and then the other, if you're doing, you know, then the other set going a different way. I've got my second set here, so I'm playing with it to see how I like it. So here would be the layout that goes in the book. No, it's not. No, it's not. Here is the black, and so what I do, I have it all up here, which would be okay. You could actually flip it like that. So that's kind of cool. That could be the secondary block. But if I wanted it to be like the pattern, then I would switch it around, and now there we go. Now we have two of them set up just like the pattern. So you can see that they can be switched up and made, you know, a little bit different. You don't have to set them, both sets of them, exactly the same. Also, you don't, there are two other 9-inch blocks, finished 9-inch blocks in the Jolly Bar Sampler book. So in the book that I think would work. So here is one of them. If you wanted to make this, you'd have to make two for that space. And then the other is this one. So Enduring Love, which I think is kind of cool. And you notice it has like flat tops on here. They're not pointy tops. But you would need to make two of them, just like down here we made two blocks. You know, 1, 2 to get the size that we need for the space. So there are some options. Now I am going to go sew these up, and I am going to sew them just like the pattern. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to. And here they are. I have both of them done. So these now can be ready to sew into my layout. Only one of them can I do. I can do this one and attach it. Well, no, I can't. Yeah, I can attach it to the house. That's the one that I can do. So I can do this one and attach it to the house, and that will be good to get one of them sewn to the part. Now I did create more of these half square triangles, which will be, I'll probably end up just filling up the border with however many I end up with. So I have to see what that is. As I get closer, I'll adjust that sashing number. But you might want to use some of these to do a table runner or pillows or something else. So that gives you an option. My layout gives you an option to use just some of them in the border. And I'm probably going to do black out here in this area, and then use some of the whatever's left in the sashing part. Now, I do have to say, I just can't believe it. It's like when I went into the bin here to get everything out, it's like famous last words. It was like deja vu all over again. You know that one, right? I told you that I used up all my scraps so far. I'm so excited. I did all those little crumb blocks. You should never, ever brag like that, ever, about anything. So what did I find? Another handful, plus some black down in here from this project that I had in the bin, and I had not been sewing them together. So those will go over to my sewing machine to be used as I start and stop some other things, so that I get all sewn up and they're not hanging around. All right, now the other part of this project was that I'm doing the friendship bracelet from the book, and I have all the parts up on the wall. So let me just put a picture here. So here it is. I have all the blocks done. They're not sewn together. So I'm letting it sit there a couple of days. I haven't changed anything recently, but you know, I might want the option. I might want the option to switch a block or two. Then I'm going to put the background, that cream background. Then I have one of the navies. I'm going to do a little skinny navy, and then I'm going to do a wide of that blue. And then whatever's left of the blue will be the backing plus some other parts. Now from that project were all the little sew and flip half square triangles that I cut down to 1 inch finish, 1.5, and I'm doing those cute little blocks. Remember these cute little blocks? Well, let me just show you the little fail I had. I had to have a little date with Jack. So here's another picture. I went to lay them out and they were not right. I had, you know, transposed the blocks as I picked them up. I think when you do this sort of reverse colorway, it's hard on the brain because my brain always wants to think of these darks as going towards the center of the block. And so I had them switched. So you can see on those two pictures, you know, getting them back organized. So now I have all 4 done. So let's take a look at those because I need to decide how to set them. These will become a pillow. So I'll have a pillow to go with my project. So there are strip pieces in the middle, and whoops, let me get them down here. So, okay, there we go. So we've got strip pieces in the middle, and you know, I don't know if I should have them all going the same way. That's my debate, pretty much. It's all going the same way, or should I switch like the light ones like this? So 2 one way and 2 the other way. So that's pretty much the debate I'm having. They turned out so darling. It's going to be a super cute pillow. I probably will put a little border around it because I don't want these to be jammed into the seam of the pillow, this outer edge, because you know how then you can't really see it because they get warped around the pillow like this and you lose the block. So I need to put a border around it, which is the part that will get around the edge of the pillow. And I need to go see which pillow it's going to go on so I know how big, because it might be a little bit bigger pillow. I might end up with a bit wider piece on here, and it will not be from this fabric line. I will probably pick a navy that I own, that I have a little bit more of, and maybe something I can do the backing too, the backing and the border around it. So what did I end up with from the Jolly Bar so far? I have, let me get the little card over here. I have these blocks. So these are the pieces from that friendship bracelet that I have left. So there were like 5 blocks, and then I cut a piece out of one of them. And so these will probably for now go in to my beiges. I won't cut them up into my scrap system. I will leave them a little bit longer. Plus I ended up with the 1 sample block. So I have a sample block that will go into my bin of all different blue blocks that someday I will make a quilt with those. the infamous someday. That's what else do I have from that? Okay, so I think that's all from that part. I want to do a mail call, and it's a guessing game here first. I'm sure some of you will guess immediately. But let me put my hand over this. So one of our friends sent me this and a few goodies. Can you guess which state this is? How good are you at guessing state shapes? We're in Minnesota. So one of our friends from Minnesota sent me this. She sent this really sweet, sweet card and some other goodies. I have to reach over here. Some yummy coffees that she loves. So I am excited to try these. A gorgeous red butter dish. Look, it's red. Yes, she said, you love reds. I had to send this to you. I saw it. That's so nice because I do not have a butter dish. Believe it or not, how does that happen? One doesn't own a butter dish, but I do not. And then the other really fun thing she sent along that I was like, okay, you win, because I do not know what this is. This is called Potato of Love. So I'm like, we had to go on to Penzeys Spices, which of course, I don't know if you do this, but so I had to go in there and check out what the whole company was about. Okay, first let me tell you what this is. These are sweet potato sprinkles. And so I haven't tried them yet, but they suggest putting them like on potato salad or like bean salads, and they put in these pops of purple, and I'm assuming a little sweet taste when you crunch into them, since they're sweet potatoes, made from sweet potatoes. So anyways, I go onto their website and I have to go look around and see, like, what do they make? What do they have? Very fun names like this, Potato of Love. They have like the Influencer. That was like, I need to get the one called the Influencer. And then I signed up for their email. I am an email junkie. I just love it. I love companies who share with me what they're doing. If I like them, I want to sort of see what's happening with them. I like if they also give me the ability, you know, like a coupon or something. So I'll follow them for a while until, you know, I'm not really reading their emails anymore. But it is really fun. So thank you, thank you. Mwah, mwah. That is just, thank you so much. Ah. I just am just cracking up. Now I need to make like a potato salad or something. Greg will love that. He will love if I make potato salad. I was like, oh, and for those of you looking for links for everything, links are down below in the description box. Click that subscribe button so we can be friends all the time, and click the bell so that you get the ding, ding, ding whenever a new video comes out. And down there is also a link to my kitchen group. So if you like to cook, come on over to the kitchen group and check it out. All right, the sail away stitchery, I got the different units in. So I got the blue that is going to be stitched on. This is the free mystery for May for the Stitch Mania. If you're a cross stitch follower, the people do like crazy stuff in May. They like to stitch like crazy. So I'm going to try to keep up on Stitch Mania. I don't promise anything, but I'm going to try. I got the little floss biddies that have all of the sailing theme. Oh my gosh, they are so cute. You've got, there's the lobsters. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. The lobsters, the sailboat, the ring, the anchor, and the life ring. Oh my gosh, so cute. And then I did get the thread because it's just easier for me to have the thread colors. I actually need to order like something so that when I wrap all the threads on these, that I can put them in a container of some sort. So I'm looking at that. I also got the needle minder, sticking together. Got the needle minder here. Isn't that cute? It is so cute. I just love sailing and nautical things. I love it. When I was a kid, we lived a couple blocks from the ocean, from the Atlantic Ocean, and we would walk there often. And in the summer, we would go with my mom. It was just so nice. And then the project bag with the super cute anchor on it. And it's stripes, of course. It's nautical stripes. Of course, of course. Now I have two fun things on my website today. And one of them will be this whole set of things that I just showed you. Here, let me show you again down here. Whoops. I'm like banging my camera around. So I'm all excited. So this whole set, all right, the whole thing, somebody will get this. I will send this to somebody. So we have that on my website today. But wait, there's more. Do you remember the book a little while back that came out, this absolutely gorgeous updated encyclopedia of quilt blocks? I mean, it is fantastic. It is not a pattern book though. So, you know, it has all the blocks and sort of the history of them, where they were first published way back, done by Barbara Brackman in conjunction with the Electric Quilt Company. Well, the Electric Quilt Company has put out their companion software to go with this, a computer software program, yes, one of those, called BlockBase. And it takes all these blocks, which are like, I think it's 400 blocks, are in this BlockBase, and it has some basic layouts and lets you do colorations and lets you print off patterns. It is for both Windows and for Apple computers. Also, I think you can do the files if you're doing one of the, like a Cricut machine that you print, you know, that you cut your fabric with. But you can go then and pick a block, like one of these fancy dancy blocks here, and you can do a quilt and color it and get all the information. And you do not need Electric Quilt to use it. It is standalone software. So the Electric Quilt Company is giving one of you in my community, a BlockBase software. So that is also at my website. So you need to go over there and answer the comment at the end. When you click this link below, and you go right to the end, you will see the question I want you to answer, which is over there. And then if you go to the very bottom, past where everybody else has written, there's a box that will have it looks like this. You just enter your stuff in there. So this is so exciting. I thank you to Electric Quilt for offering that to one of our quilters here in the community. Yes, so exciting. That and the sail away. Whoops, I can't pick it all up. There. And the sail away group. You know, it's like you got to spread the love. Got to spread the love, because love is all you need, right? I had to wear this today just for spreading the love. It's like, not every time I wear this, I'm not giving something away. So just so you know. All right, my friends, you are going to make some, what do they call these blocks? Paradox, the Paradox blocks today or before next Monday. And you will be ready then for the next Jolly Bar section. I think we have 3 more weeks after this one, like 2 more blocks, and then we'll put the quilt together, and then we'll do a wrap up, you know, like after that. So, you know, however many weeks that is, like 3 or 4 weeks. So, all right, my friend, thank you so much for being here. Links are down below, and I appreciate all of you and all that you do to support my small family business. Greg and I love you. Mwah. See you online.